How did Master Xehanort get the no-name Keyblade, and how did Master Ericus get the Master Defender Keyblade? What happened? What could have possibly happened that made all of this come together? There is a theory that I have for you guys, but I have something that I want you guys to do for me right now is hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make sure you share with your friends, as well as hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any of my Mystic content. May your heart be your guiding key. Let's grow this Mystic family. Alright guys, to start this off, we know at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, Luxu gets the no-name once again within his grasp. And let's just take it a step back from that, back over to Kingdom Hearts Union Key. We know at the end of Kingdom Hearts Union Key, Brain, conversates with Luxu, and Luxu gives him a proposition so he can trade him, like, his prosperity for his body. And what I mean by that is, remember, Brain decided to be the left one inside of the broken down Daybreak Town. We know that Brain was very desperate, so he took the opportunity to get out of that situation. But we know that Luxu gave him a sweet option, and he took the opportunity and went off into the future. Luxu took Brain's body, and Luxu sent Brain's heart into the future. Because remember, it was alluded to because Brain was, talking to Luxu about time travel, and then Luxu was saying another way to make this possible is to send your heart into the future, and if a person remembers you, your body will manifest. So how did this happen? But it's a very dark theory that is just crazy. That shows how dark Luxu really is, and that shows how far gone Luxu really is when it comes to being a dark being. Luxu sent Brain into the future, and remember, it has been revealed in Kingdom Hearts Key that Brain is Ericus's grandfather. So with that being said, we know that there's lineage between the two, and we know that gives one connection on how Ephemer, because remember, when Brain arrives at Scala Adkylum, we see the statue of Ephemer, and he's holding the Master Defender Keyblade. So that's one connection between the two where it could possibly happen, but I'll explain the rest of the theory. But then during that time, you remember that scene where Brain was seen with the cloak and the no-name Keyblade and the box? He was at the Keyblade graveyard. That is actually Luxu, which took over Brain's body. But they're around at the same time, meaning Brain, Luxu, got sent to the same exact time Brain did, and they exist on the same timeline where they both can, for example, Brain and Ephemer is in Scala Adkylum, but Luxu Brain is inside of the Keyblade graveyard, because remember, they're separate worlds. But he's doing what the Master of Masters did. He's watching from afar, because remember, the Luxu's goal was to pass on his Keyblade and then watch, sit back and watch. And that's what Brig did with Master Xehanort. He sat back and watched and was like, okay, that's Xehanort. He has the Keyblade and I'm gonna stick by him. And then after when Xehanort died in Kingdom Hearts 3, Luxu got a hold of the no-name Keyblade once more. But I'm going to connect the bridges soon, just hold on. But inside of, Kingdom Hearts Key, what could have happened is Luxu was watching from afar, and then Brain had kids, and then he got old. He became Ephemer's right-hand man, right? And then, Luxu came back to surprise Brain and finished him off, and then he impersonated as Brain for a while, just so he can gain Ephemer's trust. But then something could have happened what sparked a great battle between Ephemer and Luxu / Brain. A big battle happened, and it's something where Ephemer probably asked Luxu a trick question, and that made him become distrustworthy of Brain, Luxu. So what happened is he was like, oh, you're an imposter, and this and that, right? And then after that, Luxu finished off Ephemer, he jumped into Ephemer's body and used Ephemer's body as a vessel. And remember, I'm going to connect the ties between the Dark Inferno Heartless and Ephemer, because we know the Dark Inferno Heartless, the Kingdom Hearts 3 secret boss, we know that guy is Ephemer. That's Ephemer's Heartless. So with that being said, we know that Ephemer, his heart fell to darkness. And we know that Dark Chirithy was Luxu's. So then we know that Luxu is a dark being. We know he's a dark entity. He's just like Xehanort. I wouldn't be surprised if he has amber eyes, but he is a dark being. Well, I mean, compared to what, you know, the reveal of the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, we know that Luxu has amber eyes, but I'm saying like beforehand, you know what I mean? But, you know, that's for another video. But we know that Luxu has a dark Chirithy, so we know his heart fell to darkness at some point in Kingdom Hearts Key. We've seen that in Kingdom Hearts Key back cover as well, the movie. So we know that something happened where he's dark, where he became a dark being. He's a dark entity. But Ephemer, his heart got lost to darkness because of the great battle. Come on, let's be honest. Luxu versus Ephemer. You know, Luxu is years under his belt. He's trained under the great Master of Masters himself. Nobody's beating this dude. I'm sorry. You know, especially not Ephemer, because Ephemer's he's a young kid. You know, he probably just learned how to use the Keyblade maybe like 2 years ago. Like, he's not really anything special. Not to deplatform his character, but he's still a great character. But let's be honest. You know, that's like saying who would win in a fight, Sora or Master of Masters. Let's be real. But, you know, with that out of the way, we know that Ephemer lost his heart to darkness. Luxu impersonated as original Brain long enough until he broke the facade, and then he finished off Ephemer. You know, it's up in the air, but where is Ephemer's nobody? That is another video that I'm making very soon. I'm going to connect the ties. I'm going to make like a part 2 to this, but it branches off into another theory. But where is, you know, like, if this happened, then I'm going to explain. He impersonated as Ephemer now, and then he's saying, oh, he told Master Ericus that, oh, your grandfather fell to darkness, and he impersonated as Ephemer this whole time. You know, the leader of Scala Ad Caelum, the founder of Scala Ad Caelum. So he impersonated as Ephemer for a while, and then he says, look, come here. Come, I'll take you in, I'll train you to be a Keyblade wielder, I'll train you and make you become a master. And then, remember, that scene from Kingdom Hearts 3? Remember inside of when we get a close-up of the no-name Keyblade on the wall? Ephemer put the Keyblade up on the wall. Because remember, Luxu's goal was to watch, you know, no-name Keyblade. And remember, Ephemer has his own Keyblade. He has the Master Defender Keyblade. So what could have happened is he put the no-name on the wall. You know, he taught Master Ericus how to Keyblade wield. Remember, we don't know what the lost pages of the Book of Prophecies says. We don't know what it says. So then it can possibly say, okay, what you want to do is you want to take over that person's body and then train Master Ericus. Master of Masters would have a conversation with Master Xehanort and send him to Scala Ad Caelum. Because remember, that scene in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, we know that Master of Masters and Master Xehanort met when Master Xehanort was a young boy. Master of Masters had a conversation with young Xehanort. So that connects the ties. So then how the no-name Keyblade got on the wall is Ephemer put it there. Then he waited for Master Xehanort to come. And then they both trained under Luxu. Ephemer, you know, same person at this point. He trained under Master Ephemer. And they became Keyblade wielders. Then they became masters through the Master Mark of Mastery exam. Well, not both of them. The same thing that happened with Aqua and Terra, it happened with Master Xehanort and Ericus as well. Because just think about it. Master Xehanort's heart was tainted by darkness. we know that he had jealousy towards Ericus, because remember, during that time where, you know, he had the coat and it was warding off darkness, as Master Xehanort said to the Master of Masters. And remember, the Master said, no, you'll grow out that coat. You gotta ditch that coat soon. You know, because he sees into the future. He knows what's gonna happen. So he wanted Master Xehanort's heart to be consumed by darkness. So then, he was jealous of Ericus. And what happened is Luxu took advantage of that. And Luxu gave the Master Defender Keyblade to Ericus because he became a perfect master. He became something along the lines of Aqua and Riku. He became a perfect master. So then he gave the Master Defender's Keyblade to Ericus, and then he gives the keys to the Land of Departure to Ericus as well. But then what happened is Luxu pulled young Xehanort aside and said, look, check this out. I got this for you. I got that for you. Just, you know, keep this Keyblade. This is your Keyblade. Keep it on you at all times. Don't let it out your sight. Here's this Keyblade, and here you go. This is your new Keyblade. You know, this is yours. You know, this is a present for me. I'm sorry that you remember, Luxu's a very nonchalant guy. We could tell that by how Braig is, how Xigbar is. We can tell that he's a nonchalant, chill dude. So then he's like, yo, I'm sorry or whatever. And here's a little gift for, you know, I'm sorry that you didn't become a master. And then that led him down the dark path. So then that's how the Keyblade got passed to Master Ericus and Master Xehanort. And it's just crazy. Like, it's crazy how Luxu made this plan happen. You know, it's crazy. And it's even more crazy to think that the Master of Masters was orchestrating everything from the start. So it's like, it's crazy, yo. But like, please, let me know what you guys think. You know, I'm hyped. I'm ready for Kingdom Hearts 3.5 or Kingdom Hearts 4. You know, April 10th will tell, because that's the 20th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts. You know, it's very possible that a trailer may be there. But please hit the subscribe button. Please comment. Please share with your friends. Please let me know how you feel, and let me know if you have any other theories you would want me to make a video on as well. But please hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like, make sure you share with your friends, as well as hit the notifications bell so you don't miss any of my Mystic content. May your heart be your guiding key. Let's grow this Mystic family. Peace.